What is going on? Welcome back to another one of our client case study from charlieai.io. Super excited to dive into this client account because they've been with us for a while, and I'm just excited to show you the results. They're on pace to do 8 figures within their company, and they don't have any SDRs. 100% is powered by Charlie. They have a book a call application funnel. Leads come in, goes to Charlie. Charlie qualifies them and then books them in to speak with their sales team. So we're going to dive into it, and what's going to make this different than any other case study that you've seen is the fact that we're not going to be hyping anything up. I'm going to show you their account, show you the results that they're getting with Charlie inside of their business, and then take you through the 3-phase process that we took them through to get the results that you're seeing, and then how we can do the same for your business if you're willing to hire Charlie and give it a try. So without further ado, let's dive on in. So this company is called She Sells Online, and they have a fantastic offer. They've got a great brand, and everything that they stand for is absolutely incredible. So here's the results that they've gotten over the last 30 days. They've assigned 866 leads to Charlie, and it's gotten 216 bookings for a total lead to book rate of 24%. Now you might think this is a fluke. Let's just go back and go even further out and just look at over the last 180 days. Over the last 180 days, we're going to see this start to populate. And the reason why I'm showing you this, so that you know we're not just making these numbers up. 18% total lead to book over the last 180 days. So you can see it's been incrementally being improved. And so some of the things that we did over the last 180 days is we started really dialing the messaging. We dialed in the training. We started training the AI and really do a lot of cool things. So you can see over time, there's been virtually no drop off. This messaging process has been fully optimized and now is just a money printing machine for their company. So how did we essentially do this? Well, we took them through our 3-phase appointment accelerator process. So phase 1 is audience verification. So the first thing that we have to do is we got to verify that Charlie understands who the ICP is. Who do you want to get in front of? What types of leads are you generating? And then once we understand like their offer, their ICP, their audience, we start training the AI to essentially do that. So now we're building the Charlie based on the information that we've gathered on their business. So what that looks like when we start to go into audience verification, we start to train the AI on some of those things. What we're doing is we are effectively going in and we're starting to give the AI some knowledge-based information, right? We're starting to load up some knowledge base. And the funny thing is that this is just for one of their brands, right? So once we do that, we're loading up the knowledge base, and specifically the persona of the AI. So the persona of the AI, what we're doing here is we're adjusting the persona so it matches the types of women that they want to get in front of. So they wanted it to be more informal because that's their brand. Their brand is very feminine, high feminine energy. They want it to be casual with no slang. And then they want it to be their emotional intelligence of the AI to be subtly emotional and the accent to the American. And so that's kind of like their initial brand, and we give it the information. We tell the AI how to process leads, have the AI auto booking, conversationally booking calls onto the calendar. And then once that's done, we give it a work schedule, we give it Hunt's timing, and then we set it off. So that's phase 1 is we're taking the information that we gather about your ICP, about your sales process, about your brand and who you want to get in front of. And then we're taking that information and we're starting to build and train the AI on it. Phase 2 is message optimization. Now that it's been deployed, now we have to make sure that the conversations that the AI is having with the prospects are really, really top notch. What we do is we start going through conversations and ultimately training the AI to have really high level conversations with prospects. So I'll show you an example of what this looks like in real time so you can kind of see how we go about doing that inside of a client's business. So we can see here this prospect had booked a call. So this came in, Charlie was like, hey, Carissa, this is Ella. And then yes, please, I'm watching the video now. It's great to hear that you're watching the video. It sounds like you're really diving in. Can you share? So, and then they gave a heartfelt response. Charlie is like, thanks for sharing your story. It sounds like you're ready to change. What kind of new path excites you the most? Boom, working from home makes total sense. I have some insights. I am great. Can be Arizona at 11 a.m. So your Valentine, that works, and essentially just went through, booked them in, they're all set, and that's it. So now if there's anything here that we didn't like, we can go in here, start training Charlie, give it training data, start giving it response feedback to train it and optimize the messaging. And then the other thing that we're doing to optimize the messaging as well is we're looking at the performance report, right? So you can see we've gone through a few different iterations for their process, and what we've landed on has really been the most effective, right? So what we do as we start optimizing the messaging, so you can see here, this is one of the iterations. If I remove that and it starts to load, you'll see we really made some tweaks to the messaging. We made some adjustments to the questions and things like that. Because the AI responds and reports on the response rate of every single message that it sends, we can start making some micro iterations to really optimize the messaging. And once we got the messaging optimized, we transition to phase 3, which is conversion optimization. Now that we're increasing, we got a higher response rate, we have a higher response to CTA. So intro response rate is like the offers resonating with the audience. Response to CTA means the messaging is getting people to actually get to a point where they're interested in booking a call. And then conversion optimization is how do we improve the CTA to book rate so that as many people who are ready to book a call, like how do we book as many of them onto the calendar as possible? And you put those things together and you get a ridiculous 24% lead to book rate and a ridiculous 37% lead to CTA. So what would it look like for your business if you were able to assign an AI 800 leads and it booked 216 qualified appointments on your sales team's calendar? It's a no wonder that they're starting to approach an 8-figure run rate. This is what we do here at Charlie's. We don't just talk about, we just don't give you any hype. We show you the accounts, we show you the results, and we actually optimize it inside of your business. So if you're interested in getting a system like this, putting Charlie to work inside of your lead flow, a couple things that needs to happen. You need to have inbound leads. You need to have a clearly defined book a call or application sales process that requires your leads to talk to a prospect. And then you need to have like your messaging and brand and ICP materials pretty clearly mapped out. If you have those things, then we can 100% guarantee that Charlie will increase the amount of qualified appointments that your sales team is getting, or we'll let you like love it or leave it guarantee. Like if you have those things, you meet those parameters, we can guarantee that Charlie is going to be putting more appointments on your sales team's calendar, or you can cancel and we'll happily offboard you and void the contract so that you don't have to worry about looking over your shoulders. But we stand by what we do. The product is fantastic, and results like this are extremely common for the accounts that meet those requirements. So until next time, stay calm, change lives, and have business on your terms. Book in for a demo or click somewhere around this page to see Charlie in action, and I'll see you on the other side. Peace.